All right. What about now? Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? Just doing it again. I have no earthly idea. This is unbelievable. Hmm? Because you got. But if we have a conversation right now, it's just going to echo.
Yeah, you sync the mics, but I don't know how you do it in the past because
I've never had to sync.
Are you listening to? Are you listening to it on Rumble? Talking, and then it goes to Rumble, and then it shoots out, so it's delayed. Like maybe can you mute? Okay, you're listening.
You may have just gotten onto something right there.
Sometimes you have to mute one of them.
Let me make sure. Okay, now can you hear me good now? All right, I think. Okay, I think we're good. And yeah, we're still live. Everybody's good.
Okay. My video tech services are only $140 an hour. So.
Because you're watching your cell phone.
Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All right, Chris, nothing to worry about. My people are used to my. I'll be honest, this is the worst ever, but hey, somebody's got to do it. So anyway, let's go back, Chris. You were talking about the Red Referral Network and how it's going to help conservative business owners in America today. So take it away, my friend, and just share a little bit, and I may ask a few questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot. Folks, I'm partnered with Dinesh D'Souza, and he and I have been friends for a number of years now. And of course, Dinesh has talked, and a lot of people have, about what they call parallel economies, right? You know, you don't go to their schools, you start your own schools. You don't do their movies, you do your own movies. You know, you create a parallel economy. And the reason conservatives start talking about parallel economies primarily is because we've been canceled and because people treat us so poorly just for being conservative. And I'll tell you, it happened to me. As Brad mentioned, I'm a public speaker. I used to have a television show with Zig Ziglar. Many of you remember Zig. I was mentored by and spent 7 years with a guy named Jim Rohn, who gave Tony Robbins his first job. I've given 2,500 speeches all over the world. I'm in the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame. Success Magazine named me one of the top 10 sales speakers in the world. And I can barely get hired anymore. And the reason why is I voted for the wrong guy.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm telling you, Brad, I will get a call. Hey, we want you to come down. We read your book, The Art of Influence. We want you to come down. Are you available this date? Yes. What's your fee? I tell them. They go, that's within our budget. Great. You're in. We'll send you a contract in a few days. A few days later, I get a phone call. Hey, yeah, I told my board that we were going to have you come in. And, well, Margaret hates Trump supporters, and so you can't come anymore. And I'm like, you know, I'm not going to talk politics at a business speech, right? And they say, yeah, I know, but she just hates it. To be honest with you, it's more trouble than it's worth. And it happens all the time now. And so I've been canceled, and lots of people have been canceled. And so we decided, you know what? Maybe it's time to stop giving our money to people who hate us. And, you know, conservatives are really good at boycotting big business. You know, Target's got, you know, tuck-it shirts for little kids. We're out of there, as you should. Starbucks, they supported XYZ LMNOP liberal cause. I'm never going back again. As you should. But listen to this statistic. Small businesses and individuals give 8 times more money to politicians and political organizations than big businesses do. So what does that mean? It means when you stop going to Starbucks and you start going to a liberal coffee shop owner, you're still giving your money to the left. You're still giving your money to the left, who's then going to give it to a political organization or the, you know, re-elect Joe Biden campaign. Biden's going to get elected, and he's going to stand up there and he's going to say, Brad Barton and Chris Widener are a bunch of racist, homophobic, transphobic, sexist insurrectionists.
Yep.
And guess what? We paid for it.
Yep.
I'm done paying for it. And let me give you an example. You got to do a whole new roof. Your roof's going to cost you $20,000. You go out, you have your choice now. Can you go to a liberal? You can go to a liberal roofer, or you can go to a conservative roofer. We want people to start going to the conservative roofer. We want to keep, as I mentioned in the video, we want to keep this money in-house. We want to defund the left. We want to defund the leftist politicians. We want to defund the leftist organizations. And the best way to do that is to stop giving your money to local businesses. Because you might go to Target and spend $100, right? I mean, whatever, you would have gone to Target, spent $100. But you add up everything you give to local businesses, you spend $500, $1,000, $1,500. And some portion of that is going to go to your demise. In fact, one podcast host, Brad, he called it tipping your executioner. He said, Chris, it's like tipping your executioner. Oh, you're going to kill me? Here's $100. Thanks a lot. And that's what we do. So the idea is really simple. Dinesh and I have built a state-of-the-art website. You can go to redreferralnetwork.com. And by the way, anybody who registers in the next 48 hours, we have a big drawing for autographed Dinesh books, autographed Dinesh DVDs, all sorts of great prizes that we're going to do some drawings for anybody that registers in the next 40 hours. It will, I make you promise, it'll take you 90 seconds and it's free to do. So once we're done here, go to redreferralnetwork.com and register. And so what we're going to do is we're going to build local groups, a network of local groups. We're a national movement, but it's rooted in local communities. And so we're going to build groups where people meet together every week. Some groups will meet every other week, depending upon schedules. But they get together, they get to know each other, and they refer business to one another. Now, some of you are sitting here going, that sounds like BNI. BNI is Business Networking International. They've been around for 30 years. They've already pioneered the concept. They have 8,000 groups across America, and those groups referred $1.87 billion last year to one another. Imagine if conservatives built 5,000 or 8,000 or 10,000 groups in every community around America, and we took $2 billion out of leftist businesses, put it into conservative businesses, and then those conservative businesses donate to causes that you believe in. This has been done for ages, but it's almost always been done around religion. So think about it. Mormons, the LDS Church, they love to do business with themselves, right? They will do business with somebody outside the church, but they always give first shot to another LDS member. Same with Jewish people. Brad and I live in an area that has a huge Seventh-day Adventist population. They do it. Dinesh always tells me, Chris, Hindus from India, they do it. So it's about sharing your money with people who share your values. And one of the things that we're looking for is we're looking for leaders. We've already had 400 people in just about 45 days. 400 people say, I've got leadership skills, and I'd like to start a group in my local zip code.
Wow.
And we do all the training. I do all the training. I'm a leadership trainer. Inc. magazine named me one of the top 100 leadership trainers in the world. This month alone, I will do 12 leadership training for anybody that wants to learn how to lead a group. And then we are launching our first groups next week. And I mean, everywhere from Anchorage to Scottsdale to Florida to New Jersey, all over the four corners, we are launching groups with those leaders. And ongoing, we will do ongoing leadership training for our group leaders twice a month. They can jump on a call. They can see all the other leaders from around the country. They can share best practices and those kinds of things. But it really is about putting them in the same room. And with BNI, it's just about sharing business referrals. With the Red Referral Network, it is about sharing business referrals, but it's doing it for a purpose. It's to keep the money in the hands of people who believe what we believe. But you also get the added benefit of encouraging one another. Because I'll tell you what, if you think it's been bad so far, I'm telling you, the Democrats have a game plan for this coming year to tell the rest of the country how horrible you are and how horrible Trump is and how racist we are and how we're going to be dictators and how we're going to destroy the country. It is going to be a bloodbath, figurative bloodbath for the next 11 months. I'm telling you, we need encouragement. And then lastly, Dinesh D'Souza is going to be providing weekly content just for those groups. He films it every week just for the Red Referral Network. And as an added bonus, we're doing a monthly webinar. Last month, we did a preview free of charge for people. It was Dinesh. 2 nights from now, on Wednesday night, in fact, if you register tonight, you'll get an email that'll allow you to register for our webinar on Wednesday night. We've got Sheriff Mark Lamb from Pinal County, Arizona, one of the leaders on the border there, an amazing guy. If you've never seen him or heard of him, amazing guy. And he's going to be with us on Wednesday night. Next month, we have Devin Nunes, who former congressman, who he and Kash Patel were the two that figured out the Russian hoax and the FISA courts and all that kind of stuff. So Devin is going to be with us for our webinar next month, and that's all included when you join the local groups. So the Red Referral Network is free to join. You come in, you join, then you can decide whether or not you want to join a local group. And what we're doing is we're giving those leaders space on the website. When you register by zip code, it will tell you every group that's launched or going within 50 miles of your zip code. But even as a free member, let's say you say, well, I'm retired, but I want to join this. I want to see, what's going on and those kinds of things. Or, maybe you're stay-at-home mom or something like that. And you say, I want to join this anyway. We have other efforts underway as part of the Red Referral Network that are beneficial to business people and others. For example, we are starting and launching in mid-February a health sharing program. This is different than health insurance. Health insurance, Brad, the average family of 4 pays $1,400 a month for their health insurance. The average family of 4 in health sharing pays $440 a month.
That's right.
The saving is $960.
Which is
And
why I do it and have done it for years.
I'm with Christian Healthcare Ministries right now, but we're going to be switching to this one specifically for conservatives that we launched. I went in to get an MRI about 6 months ago. And when you check into the hospital for your MRI, who's the first person they ask you to sit down with? The lady who's going to find out how you're going to pay, right? So I sit down and she says, okay, what insurance are you going to be using? And I said, well, I'm self-pay, because that's the way you do it, self-pay. And then they reimburse you through the health sharing. I said, I'm self-pay. And she goes, oh, well, then